Yo, what's up designers? Welcome back to the channel. It's Jimmy. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and talk about what I think the future of industrial design will be like. Is industrial design still a lucrative career path? Is it going to fizzle out? And this is actually stemmed from one of you guys who asked this question. Where do I think industrial design will be in the next 20 years? Do I think it's just going to go away, or do I think it's going to keep growing? Okay. So for me, I'm extremely optimistic, and I think that industrial design will keep getting even more strong. And so you guys asked me, this is my own personal opinion, not, if you have your own opinion, that's perfectly fine. But what I think about it is, I think it's only gonna get even bigger, because like nowadays when I look around, I just see products keep getting better and better as far as usability, as far as looks goes. I see cars on the street and I'm thinking, man, I've never seen this many nicely refined cars as I ever have. Supercars are so popular nowadays. Like when I was young, supercars used to be just like few and far between. And nowadays, every new company is coming out with a supercar, and I can't keep track of them all. And so, and of course, with the supercar, the reason why I bring up that example is because supercars, they're almost like the epitome of what a car is. It has to have sleek design. It has to have extremely great performance, and they're expensive, so they have to be desirable in some way. And the first thing when you want to make something desirable is to make it look great, is to make it, have great shapes, great color, and all of these kind of things. And so and going even outside of a car, just even regular cars, I've noticed that they're looking a lot better as well. And companies like Hyundai and Kia, which over the past 10 years have just completely accelerated in their design, and I think has revived them in a way. Because before, when you look at a Hyundai or a Kia, it's like, it's like a washing machine. It's just a utility vehicle that people used and buy to get from point A to point B. But nowadays, you see a Hyundai or a Kia, damn, those things look pretty freaking sweet, And I think that Toyota and Honda are really feeling that pressure, because before they used to almost have that market kind of like set, the minivans and the sedans and the smaller SUVs, they pretty much have owned that market. But now with Tesla coming out, and with Hyundai and Kia on their backs, and with all of these other brands really elevating their designs, they really got to watch what they're doing, I think. And so all of this, I think personally, is driven by just better design, better usability. And if industrial designers weren't around, if designers weren't around, then who is really gonna be doing that job? Like, really think about that. It's gonna be probably mechanical engineers. It's probably gonna be like 3D people. It's gonna be maybe the actual manufacturers, like the ODMs and the factories and stuff like that are making these kind of products. We're going to be relying on them to create beautiful, awesome, well-working products. I highly doubt it. They have their specialties and they do what they do really well. But as far as an industrial designer goes, we're really good at making things look great and work well and how it should be. And so that is the job of an industrial designer. And I think companies are very aware of that, to the point where nowadays, if you come out with a product, like a new product, to me, it's almost a necessity to have this product look good, and to have it work well. And if you don't have these things, it's almost like it may just fail, because it just doesn't appeal to anybody, okay? There's probably a lot of cases where the function is probably the main aspect. Like one example I can think of is Noctua fans, if any of you guys are like PC builders. A Noctua fan is a fan that pretty much blows out the hot air of your PC build, right? And they make the best functioning fans, or at least one of the best functioning fans, but they look horrible. They're like this tan brown color, and they look so bad. But yet, since they are the leaders, since they work so well, since they're so well engineered, and I mean, they don't look that bad unless they were black. If they were black, it would be perfectly fine. But since they're brown, it's really, really weird, And I have a couple down here. I don't want to move the camera or anything and show you guys. Just look it up, Noctua fans. People love these kind of fans, but they just look horrible. But yet they still sell really well. And so there's gonna be some exceptions when it comes to, if something is just purely for performance, for how it works, then it doesn't necessarily have to look good. But there's only a few products that are like this, I think. And so products that are like trying to be big, you know, like HomePods and like GoPro cameras and like consumer kind of products, right? That a lot of people are gonna buy. I think those products, they almost definitely need to look good, and people are gonna choose the better looking, better working products over ones that just don't quite work or look that great. Here is actually the major thing that I think that will actually change, okay? When we take a look at, like, say something like the iPhone, whenever smartphones first came out, you know, this product actually replaced a lot of products, right? They replaced cameras, they replaced actual phones, they replaced GPS devices, they replaced like portable game players like the PSP and the Game Boy and stuff like that, because, you know, it does pretty much everything. And I think that nowadays people don't even design alarms anymore. When do you see somebody designing a GPS device like a Garmin or a TomTom, you know, or an alarm clock, you know, because all of these things are pretty much have been taken over by a smartphone. And so now there's a bunch of designers now designing smartphones over these other devices. And I think that's the trend that's going to keep moving forward. As new devices come out and they replace old devices because they're more of a do-it-all kind of a thing, is when designers are going to start flocking into these other kind of areas. Generally, technology and consumer electronics replace a lot of these other things. And so designers are going to start designing in different industries, but they're still going to be designing products. And I think the reason is because I don't think hardware is going anywhere. There's just so much more people designing smartphones now. Like maybe all of the designers who used to design GPS devices, they're probably all designing smartphones now, you know, or in other industries. And so hardware, I think, is always going to stick around. I've always been into consumer electronics, and I think consumer electronics is just going to keep growing, you know. Nowadays, like before, when you looked at headphones, like headphones were just headphones and they weren't anything fancy, right? They were just black and small and dinky. And then ever since Beats came out, now everybody's buying all these nice, expensive $300 plus headphones, right? And that's what people are looking for. And I think that if you get into the technology, consumer electronics industry, you know, I think that that will continue to just keep going, because that's certainly the trend. If you follow certain trends, I think personally it'll be very beneficial for you. One of the things that reminds me of what I'm kind of talking about is like what Warren Buffett said, it's not really how hard you row, but what boat you're in. And so if you find yourself in, you know, industries that are just booming, another example is like gaming. Gaming is literally one of the biggest, fastest growing, most exciting categories in the entertainment business. And so if you start, you know, designing gaming products, you know, the boat that you're in is gonna keep accelerating and it's gonna keep growing faster and faster. Whereas maybe before, if you only design like GPS devices, well, you probably are probably finding really difficult time to find a lot of jobs nowadays looking for somebody to design an alarm clock. Kind of a side tangent with all of this is what I do kind of see as far as what will change hardcore industrial design is I wonder if this whole metaverse thing is going to take off. And the reason why I say that is because if people are going to be spending a bunch of time in the metaverse and it's going to be full of games, and of course, like I said, games are going to be taken off, right? And they already are taken off, and people are gaming within the metaverse and they're spending a lot of time in the metaverse and they're buying land. If you haven't heard that, they're buying real estate and land in the metaverse, and things are more scarce. Reason being is this whole technology of NFTs and cryptocurrency and blockchain. Digital things are becoming scarce. We're applying, you know, scarcity from the real world to now digital products where we're not really used to that. Digital products, before we used to think that you could always copy it and many infinite times over, right? And the only limitation is your hard drive space, right? And so so then how does this actually make sense as far as industrial design goes? Well, I think that it would be very interesting if maybe there's going to be a new category of industrial designers that only design three-dimensional, 3D objects that are in limited quantity. So maybe we will design, you know, like furniture that you can sell as an NFT or a very limited quantity that you can put in your room that lives in the metaverse. And so you're only making 100,000, you know, of these certain tables that you're selling it to all of these metaverse people. And so the product is not going to be manufactured anymore like what we're used to nowadays. It's just going to be created. A designer is going to design it, and they're gonna upload it and they're gonna sell it, and if people want to buy it to put in their metaverse world, then industrial designers, there might be a whole kind of new category of not only just industrial designers, but people that know how to 3D model, that know how to design, that have good taste in design. They're going to start building things in 3D and start selling those things so that people can use them in their metaverse world. And so I don't know if this is all actually going to play out. You know, who knows if even the metaverse is really going to take off. And so, but this is kind of something that I kind of like think about, and I think it's kind of interesting, and it might lead in that direction. But anyways, guys, I think that's about it. Hopefully that was coherent in a way. But like I said, to wrap it all up, I don't think industrial design is going anywhere. You know, the value that we offer to the world, I think is incredibly critical. And, you know, if we want great looking, well working products, that is the specialty of an industrial designer. All right, guys, if you like this video, go ahead and definitely hit that thumbs up, and please hit that thumbs up button. It makes me so happy, guys. Also, leave a comment down below. If there's anything you'd like me to talk about, if you just want to say what's up, please go ahead and leave it in the comments. I love seeing and reading your guys' comments and just hearing more about you and your thoughts. Also, guys, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. Trying to hit 100,000 subscribers, guys, and I can't do it without you. So please go ahead, and if we could all do it together, let's try to hit that subscribe button and get this channel to 100,000 subscribers. And if you need my help, if you are honestly truly struggling, you don't know what the next steps are in as far as your industrial design career, definitely hit me up at askjimmydesign@gmail.com. Okay, this is a paid service, so it's gonna be $100 for an hour, but I will truly help you as much as I possibly can, and I'll be dedicated to helping you get to your next step as far as an industrial designer goes. And make sure you do it quickly, okay? Because if I get too many people signing up for this, my time is gonna be filled up. I might need to increase the prices. And so that's just how the world works, okay? But for now, it's still kind of early. There's still only a couple people that are signing up for this, which I'm very happy to do so. And, you know, I'm still new at this, and I'm very excited to help you. So I offer a lot more than what I'm actually like pitching at the moment, okay? But anyways, guys, links should all be down at the bottom. askjimmydesign@gmail.com. All right, guys, great to talk to you as always, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.